So I went for my doctor's appointment today, January 2020. Still haven't progressed, still 1 centimeter. And she said I should go get the betting ball, the yoga ball stuff. So I got the ball. She said I should get raspberry tea. I ordered it, so hopefully it's gonna be delivered tomorrow. And my next appointment is next week Wednesday. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed to see if Miss Little Lady is gonna come this week, hopefully, because I'm gonna be 40 weeks tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Today is Monday. Hi, thanks fam. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Big Akinlayo. As you can tell by today's story, we're gonna be talking about my labor and delivery. Yay! As much as it sounded interesting, it wasn't that's so easy. All right, before we dive into the story real quick, I would like to welcome our new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Yay! And to our returnees, thank you for coming back once again to check on your girl. So let's get into the story real quick. So, telling by the previous recap about my pregnancy journey, I went for my doctor's appointment and we kept our fingers crossed. Hopefully she's gonna come at 39 weeks, and she didn't come. So I went for my 40 weeks appointment, and my doctor, did a membrane swipe for me, which wasn't that interesting. But I was tired and I was ready for the baby to come. So after she did that, we scheduled an appointment for induction, which was supposed to take place on January 30, which was a Thursday. I was ready mentally, spiritually, physically. I was super ready because I was tired, I was exhausted, I was ready for the baby to come. So luckily for me, the night before the induction, that was on a Wednesday, which was on the 29th. We went to bed, everybody was fine, everybody was okay. And at 1 a.m., I started having pains, like contractions. It was coming and going. It wasn't really that hard. Really painful, but it was consistent. So I monitored the contraction from like 1 a.m. to 2. It was consistent, going back and forth, and it wasn't unbearable, but at the same time it was painful. So Obi was home. My son too was home. We're all home. Everybody was home. So I didn't wake him up. I just left him to be sleeping. So I was just doing my thing. At a moment from 2 to 3, it was really becoming very unbearable. I got up from the bed, took a walk around the house, and sat on the ball, bounced on the ball, and at 3 a.m. on the dot, I woke my husband up and I told him that, yo, it's like baby is coming. This contraction is consistent. In my contraction time is telling me to get ready, that it's time. So Obi told me that I should please bear and relax. Let's try and stay home a little bit more so I don't have to spend more time at the hospital. So we stayed home. I had my bath, drank tea, relaxed at home, got some stuff ready, my labor and delivery bag and all of that, got everything ready. So we left the house at 6 a.m. Fast forward, we got to the hospital 6:30, and we were almost checked in very early. We were checked in early. So we got in the hospital, we got a room, and I was checked. When I got checked, I was already 7 centimeters dilated. At that point, I was super happy. I was so amazed. I looked at my husband and I smiled. There was a progress initially before. Then I was just 1 centimeter dilated. I was really, really furious. But at that moment, I was so happy. I was so full of joy. And there's a progress going on. We're going to do this. We're going to have this baby. And at the same time, you guys, I was in pain. The pain was getting unbearable. But at the same time, I was trying to manage it. So they asked me if I wanted pain relief. I was like, no. They said that I wanted epidural. I was like, no, let's keep watching it. I think I can do this. I think I got this. So because my previous pregnancy, for my son, I didn't get no epidural. I went all the way natural. The only thing I got for my son was just a pain relief, which was for 30 minutes, and that was it. So, but this baby, I didn't get no pain relief. I was trying to watch it to stay away. Didn't want to get epidural. So fast forward to that, we got transferred from the room where we was at the emergency into the labor and delivery room, which they got prepared for us. The room was pretty okay, spacious. There was bed for me. There was a little cushion that my husband could sleep on too and relax. So I was in the room at around 9. Around 9 in the morning, they came again to check me. And I was just 8 centimeters dilated. At that point, my water hasn't broken yet. So I was in pain. The pain was so much, nobody should say the pain is like that of a menstrual cramp. No, they are two different things entirely. When you're having contraction, it simply means all the thing is the compression of all the things, your intestine, everything is being compressed and is extracting. Imagine everything, you being squished all together and all of a sudden expanding and coming again to you can imagine the pain. So you can't compare contraction pain, labor and delivery pain with menstrual cramp. They're totally different things. It doesn't feel the same. They are different. So they came back. Enough of the diverging around. So they came back and checked me. I was 8 centimeters. Water hasn't broken yet. I was so much in pain. They came to ask me if I wanted epidural. I was like, no, I can still do this. I don't think I want epidural. Mind you, I was very, very much in pain. So after an hour, I felt nauseous. I felt tired. I was so much in pain, and I was like, I feel like throwing up. So they got me the little pouch they have in the hospital where you can puking. So I threw up immediately. My water broke. I was so happy when I knew my water broke, but my water didn't break all the way. I don't know if anybody has experienced that before, where your water don't break one time. My water didn't break all the way. I felt a gush from my vajayjay. I got a gush from it, and the water was warm. But I was surprised when they said my water didn't break all the way, and at that point I was like, my water just broke. And you telling me my water didn't break all the way, that what did they mean by my water didn't break all the way? But at the same time, I was happy, at least there was progress. So they came again. They asked me like tons of times, do I want epidural? I was like, no, I don't want no epidural. So at the point my water broke, I felt a little bit relieved. I was happy, like we're making the progress. So I was so much in pain. They got me at the hospital. They got me the betting ball. I was able to bounce on it and walk around, and they give me like a squeezy ball so I can squeeze on it. Anytime the contraction comes again, I can release all my pain and frustration and anger on the ball I was holding. So, and I hugged the pillow so tight and squished on the pillow. It was really painful, I must say, but it was worth it anyway. So fast forward to like 2 hours later. Yeah, 2 hours later, they came back and checked me, and they still said I was still 8 centimeters dilated, and my water hasn't broken all the way. I was like, they need to break this water, and the nurse was like, if they break my water, the pain is going to be times 100, like it's going to triple what I was feeling. But at that moment, I didn't care. I was like, they can go ahead and break the water. I need this baby to come out. It got to a point, I was so much in pain. I told my husband to call my daddy. Yo, it was so funny. It was a funny scenario, but it wasn't funny at the same time. I told my husband to call my daddy. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just told him to call my daddy. I just wanted my daddy to pray for me at that moment, because I don't know if my enemy was going to die or not. So I was just, so many things were just going through my mind, and I told him to call my dad. They were making fun. He was laughing. I didn't see his face, but he later told me after the whole thing that he was making fun of me when I told him to call my dad. I was yelling at him, telling him to call my dad. I told him when nobody was answering me, he wasn't calling my dad. So I yelled at the nurses, and my husband was like, they should get the baby out. That I can't take this anymore. They should get the baby. I don't care how they want to get the baby out. So they broke the remaining water according to what I asked them to do, to go ahead and break the water. And immediately they did break the water. The pain was really, really times 100 what I was feeling. Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating at all. Yeah, it was times 100 of the pain I was feeling initially. I was going gaga. I was going nuts. It was like the end of it was like, that's it. So they broke the water, and the pain was so much, and they came back and asked me again if I wanted the epidural. At that moment, I was like, yes, I want the epidural. I couldn't take the pain anymore. So I took the epidural, and almost immediately I took the epidural, it was time to push. And I pushed for like 2-3 pushes. I screamed, I used all my muscle, and Miss Lady was coming. I watched her come out of me, the crowning and everything, and there was light-hearted toenail. Am I going to have another baby? I don't know. I can't say. Well, to me, I'm saying I'm done, but I don't know if I'm still going to have another baby. Let's keep our fingers crossed, and let's see what's going to happen. So, guys, if you enjoyed the story, my birth story, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comment below what you think. Tell me about your own birth story. Everybody has a different story to tell. Everybody has different experiences. Birth story are not always the same. It's always different. When I had my son, it was a whole different ball game, and when my daughter came, it was a whole different ball game too. So thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification button, share, comment, let the love flow. And most especially, don't forget to stay safe in this time of pandemic, and try to reach out to your loved ones and see how they are doing. For now, I'll see you guys later, and have a lovely one. Bye bye.